probably fair to say that most of venture world was about people from consulting or IB backgrounds, not necessarily people who fully understood what an entrepreneur was going through. And I think that is changing very rapidly for two reasons. One is that the VC world in itself is now more conditioned. They've worked with enough startups now, so now they kind of understand what's happening with startups. There are more and more people with operational backgrounds that are getting into VC world. People like me, I used to head product for Ola, so now I'm a venture capitalist, so I think that helps. More importantly, we're seeing more and more successful entrepreneurs now turning into investors, which again helps. So I think that the assumption that there's a love-hate relationship between startups and VCs that was probably true a couple of years ago, maybe not as much today. I think that is rapidly shifting. If I had to choose what matters most for a startup, I think that market is king. You need to have a substantial enough market to grab, because if there's no market, no matter how incredible the team is, there's nothing you can do with it, right? And so in the order of priority, I would rate the market on top, and then a fantastic team, preferably with background in that market or in that segment, followed by product. And I think that if I have to, and I think it's fair to say that you're developing a product that is niche for a certain market, but that market has to be big enough, right? So if you're saying that your market itself is, I don't know, $200 million a year, and you're probably going to grab 2% of that market, which is actually a good number, then you're kind of in a tough spot versus going after a $2 billion market and then grabbing 2% of that. So I think that that's the correlation. My advice would be, it's okay to go after a niche market as long as that market is big enough to make sense for you and for the investor.
Building a technology that can put the right person for the right job is really the essence of what we need to solve.
To be honest, we didn't have any expectations as such. This is our first event in India.